Hello, something guys and gals. This is Something Guy 912. Despite my attempts to leave YouTube to its own devices, I still am roughly dependent on most of the material available from it. While Minds.com does have some of the YouTubers I already subscribe to on here, in terms of gaming-related news or silly meme channels, YouTube is still my best option yet. So reluctantly, I must use it for when I can't find that material elsewhere. But you're not interested in that. You're more interested in what this video has to do with any of that. Well, it's something to do with elitism. Yeah, the class privilege sort of business. It's not surprising to anyone that fame, and popularity for that matter, can cloud your vision of people who are beneath you to the point you start to become out of touch with the masses. This isn't usually a problem, as celebrities aren't particularly accountable for the well-being of others, more for the entertainment value they make. But when it comes to fat cats and corporations, well, it's a whole other story. And the CEO of YouTube is one such elitist. Susan Wojcicki just recently made a YouTube channel, presumably as a means to reach out to the public masses. But of course, being her and YouTube being YouTube, her first video channel was disingenuous, half-hearted, and filled with celebrity and popular YouTubers alike, who give her the same manufactured advice you expect out of a Walmart commercial. And judging from the like-to-dislike ratio, it's no surprise that people are clearly upset how unbelievably out of touch Ms. Wojcicki is. Not to mention, she's already verified with only 25,000 subscribers when you need 100. Elitism at its finest. But that's not the video I'm going to dig into. The video I want to go over is her follow-up video explaining why she made a channel to begin with, and believe me, she seems completely out of her depth as to any problem with YouTube, and basically doubles down on the prior video of connecting with creators. Is it me, or is this just a manipulative way for her to use the comments that are obviously going to be aggressive as justification for her to continue YouTube in the state that it is? Even she said that she'll be looking into the comments for advice on this channel in a way not too dissimilar to Anita Sarkeesian having to disable comments because of presumed harassment. Call it a hunch, but seeing that YouTube's got an ideological bent to it, it wouldn't be surprising that she would resort to that defense. But enough speculating. Let's see what Susan has to say.
Hi everyone, I wanted to explain today why I'm starting a YouTube channel.
You know, for someone who is supposed to be the boss of a media platform where you broadcast yourself, she doesn't have the best speaking skills. Shit, I mean, I don't. I flounder through some of the words I say, and I have a script in front of me, but I don't manage the day-to-day lives of millions of people who make talking to other people about shit as a career choice. She sounds like a fucking valley bitch straight out of Cali, but I'm supposed to take her seriously as someone who's got her finger on the pulse of YouTube's multitudinous problems.
First of all, I wanted to use it as a way of communicating with creators and use YouTube and YouTube videos as a way of connecting with the creator community.
Don't you have YouTube heroes to help you connect with people? Oh yeah, that's right. That shit got so much flack that you changed the video twice sight unseen and proceeded to disable the comments on it as well. And as for YouTube being the means to communicate, you have a tireless stream of comments that are not organized in any way, even by top or most relevant comments, that aren't tracked well or at all by your shitty excuse for Facebook, and a poor means to look up where your past comments left. So why exactly you thought that making a YouTube channel would be the best option is just showing how fundamentally retarded you are, which is dangerous given just how much power you have over us. Also, maybe it would help your case if you didn't have a gaggle of post vines and YouTube vloggers as your collective of YouTube creators. Maybe actually reach out to those who don't have this rose-tinted perspective of YouTube like Philip DeFranco, or even lower down the hatch like Sargon of Akkad, for instance. But oh, they're way too controversial for your taste, despite that you're perfectly fine with having a double standard as long as it benefits the people ideologically on your side doing some pretty controversial shit. You fucking hypocrite.
Whenever I go to a new country, I always try to meet with creators in that country.
I'm going to put a little notation here that not one of the countries that she will mention even touch upon the United States of America, which is by far one of the biggest consumers of said media. But hey, whatever helps you humble brag about all the great places you get to go, while we peasants swim through your garbage heap of a website, bitch.
I love meeting them and hearing their stories about how they became YouTubers, getting their feedback and having a dialogue about YouTube.
I don't give one fucking iota of a fuck about their life stories and how they made it. I want to know why it's in your prerogative to remove subscribers from people's videos forcibly, vaguely and silently acts off monetization on videos with no rhyme or reason other than the equally vague descriptions for it, and why Casey Neistat can't talk about tragedies of the same ilk as Jimmy Kimmel does while getting ad monetization, while of course being trending when iDubbbz's video on Asian Jake Paul isn't trending on 20 million views, as demonstrated by H3H3. I don't give a shit about how inspired you were about the lives built around your fucking website, because guess what? They're going to watch that guillotine of a yellow dollar piss sign cut all that success and profitability away for no other reason than, well, you said rape, context or no, just as it has for basically everyone else. You are so unbelievably out of your depth, which is why I jumped ship while I was still ahead, but still have to watch in awe as the ship goes down like the Titanic, floating on the door of new faces on YouTube, and hope that you hang on the side screaming, "Never let me go!" P.S. Having a dialogue about YouTube requires that you don't disable comments, which I'm sure you will at some point.
Recently, I went on a trip and I was in Warsaw, I was in Paris, I was in Berlin, and I was in London.
Wow, amazing. And yet not any one of those people in any of those shots I give a shit about or know about. It's like the most middle class thing you could even bring up, having been so privileged to afford all of this time to go to these exuberant places. But I guess the good old US of A is too lower class for you. Or too racist and misogynistic, who knows? What I know is, this isn't you reaching out in any fucking capacity. You want confirmation bias. You want the kinds of people who are already comfortable on YouTube to even be affected by the apocalypse, so they can tell you how much they love sucking on the cock of it while drooling on the balls. How about you suck my dick and get a good taste of fucking reality, you stupidly privileged idiot?
And I met with creators in every single one of those cities. And when I came back, I thought, wow, that was so productive.
Oh, really now? You're telling me the cheerleaders of YouTube who rose their pom-poms in the air while getting down on their knees in complacency gave you a productive outlook of YouTube, huh? Tell me, does productive start and end with not actually doing anything of note? Because that's all I see here.
I really enjoyed meeting all those YouTubers.
Wow, like, I really enjoy meeting the kinds of people who reaffirm everything I already believe in. I love to gush at the fact that I'm a CEO of the website they happen to use and nothing else. Wow, it's like I've surrounded myself with yes men this entire time.
But there's so many more out there.
That's one way of saying, yes, I forgot about the USA, and I'm not some kind of nationalistic, jingoistic patriot that thinks everything that isn't red, white, or blue is communist. But for fuck's sake, how could you have forgotten the biggest consumer of your fucking product? I guess you think it's a given, perhaps? But since you want to reach out, don't you think you should reach out to your majority demographic? Well, shit, of course not. And let's just barely mention that there are more people out there, like 2 billion more people out there, a lot of which can't make a fucking career out of YouTube anymore because of its current state. But hey, at least I got my chin up even when chaos is around me.
How do I build a really scalable way to enable creators all over the world to have a conversation with them about what's on their mind and simulate that experience?
Oh my fucking god, no. That's not even close to anything worthwhile for me to grasp on. It reminds me of that silly Pepsi commercial where people are in a mock protest holding signs saying, "Get involved in the conversation," which is about the easiest way to say nothing and anything at all, as a girl proceeds to give riot cops a Pepsi. Granted, I wasn't offended at the ad, but it didn't say anything about the topic it was trying to convey, and neither does anything that Susan says, because for one thing, there is a way with the fucking internet for people to have a conversation, so of course she's asking a question that's already been solved, but also ignoring the real problem that is right in front of her face, they'd be able to trace it in her retina, YouTube. But I guess since you don't give people clear solutions to face adversity, let's also make obvious solutions to non-problems too.
And I thought, why don't we do videos?
Wow, so fucking original. Where have I heard this one before? You must have thought this long and hard and elaborated the multiple paths you could have taken to come to this conclusion. And you thought, let's do what everyone else already does, as the most logical answer. No wonder YouTube is falling apart. We got the most brain-dead doofus running the shit show that is YouTube, and can't barely look past her fucking arm being outstretched, less the many involved campaigns of YouTube's false DNCA bombs, false flagging exercises, and guilty before proven innocent judgment.
I can get questions from the community and do regular updates based on the questions that I'm getting from creators.
As long as none of them have anything to do with fixing YouTube as a whole, just how can we make it more inviting for the children, or how best to flag those who don't speak the mainstream opinion. But I'm sure you are so impartial as to take whatever anyone says to you with a grain of salt and your emotional attachment out of the picture, like you did when it was pertinent to not even get the face of YouTube on your videos, right?
That's the first reason why I was excited to create a YouTube channel.
And the second reason that I'm excited for it is that I'm completely bypassed any work on my part to be verified as one, or any of the legwork to have new or interesting content on a whole, and just be the CEO of a website on life support. Isn't it great to be entitled?
And then there's a second reason.
Well, I already laid it out for you, but sure, tell us your public opinion version of reason 2.
I also feel really lucky that we have so many amazing creators that come to YouTube.
And then get promptly ass blasted by your shitty AI bots who demonetize words, context or no, forcing them to censor the content that made them amazing to begin with. But remember, just be yourself, as The Rock said, despite that his entire career was built up playing as somebody else.
A lot of times they're asking me questions and I'm asking them questions.
We like to talk over each other sometimes, braid each other's hair, answer questions with other questions, just best things, you stupid batch.
We're having a conversation that's behind the scenes.
Are you this fucking retarded? All of your conversations have been behind the scenes. What the fuck are you trying to get at? That the creators filmed your appearance and that you wanted to throw this under the rug until the opportune time? It's not like you don't even tell us what you even talked about anyway, so why should I give a fuck? Also, still have yet to see what exactly reason 2 is.
And I thought we can have a conversation and we can make that available.
Please, tell me how you started a conversation by having a conversation and proceed to converse about conversations while conversing the conversation, while wearing Converse, of course.
Why don't I do a series where they ask me 2 questions and I ask them 2 questions and we can post that on YouTube?
Well, don't see that on your channel as of yet. And once again, what the fuck are you even talking about? Whoops, that was my first of 2 questions to you apparently. So here's the second one. Do any of you fuckers even answer the double set of questions you give out? Just like how you haven't even told me what your second reason for making a channel is.
My idea was to call it 2x2 at HQ.
Wow, such a brainstorm that a 2-year-old could think that up your head. Do you need me to tell you about the rabbits again, Susan Wazowski? How about 4 heads and no brain between them as a better series name? Although then again, you are representative of a 2x2. Oh, thanks! I didn't understand what the fuck the acronym HQ means. I thought it meant hyperthermic Quasimodo or hentai queeps, although the latter would make the 2x2 part definitely more interesting.
And the third reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel was to test and to use all of these creator features myself.
Yep, and hopefully learn just how easy it is for you to get demonetized, how quickly your video will disappear up the ass of your subscriber base, and how your subscribers will somehow be forced to unsubscribe from your channel. But hey, what would you know about how the fuck YouTube works? I mean, you're only the CEO of it. It's not like you're the one who implements the tools you don't even test, you fucking retard!
I've been using YouTube since the very beginning as a viewer.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that one. Like when Anita said she played video games her whole life, despite contrary video of her saying that she thinks it's gross to blow off the heads of people instead of video games. Because if you did watch YouTube from the beginning, you know what the fuck is wrong with it. But please, keep playing with your Duplo blocks. You don't want to accidentally choke on the blocks of data that makes YouTube such a minefield of diverse, you donkey.
And I've been uploading private videos.
And again, bullshit. You just made this channel. How unbelievably dumb can you get? I honestly thought this would have more to do with just how out of your league you are at fixing YouTube, but shit, I can't believe you are really this fucking dense that anyone would believe it. Who knows? You throw money at a person long enough, the Benjamins replace the brain cells in you.
But when you're a creator, it's a different experience.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different experience, like how being raped is a different experience to watching someone get raped. But enough about the issues of YouTube, am I right?
You're thinking about thumbnails, the title, the descriptions, analytics associated with it.
And yet, not any one of those concerns could be how the title, how the thumbnail, how the description will land me in the yellow dark sign hell that is the apocalypse, no? You really do think there's nothing wrong with YouTube, and that this is the best fucking option for you to go about dealing with it. To make videos and waste our fucking time rather than fixing the problems. You dried up, Raisin Brain Dinosaur!
There are many features that are creator-facing only, and I really wanted to use them to make sure that I understood the creator experience.
Believe me, you dumb, entitled little cunt, you will never experience the hell that YouTube creators go through, playing with their wallets and some of their livelihoods, while you stand wide-eyed at your ivory tower about all the neat experiences you can witness at YouTube, like you are some kind of grandma who's just now witnessing what the fuck internet means, except you also happen to have made it. Having cheerleader prep memes with your sycophants isn't the means to get a full taste of what YouTube has to offer. And playing with your twisted Frankenstein creation, but never aiming to fix it, isn't going to either. Show that you actually are even remotely aware of the people's concerns over your own fucking website, and make a statement, not a fucking channel, and how you are going to fix it. Because any reason you give me for making a channel is all in vain, because I don't give a shit why you did or not.
We have lots of teams who are dedicated to working with creators.
Translation, we have lots of automated bots who give automated responses to concerns with vague solutions to their problems, while also automatically demonetizing videos that happen to have the word rape or kill in it, because bots don't have any understanding in context, and thus fuck the initial growth of a video in the first few minutes that is uploaded to our creators.
They spend a lot of time trying to understand the perspective from creators and figuring out how they can build a better product for creators.
Can't make a good product if the manufacturing line will dump out most of the good product under the false notion that it's bad, you dumbass. But hey, just keep chugging along, taking a long walk off a short ledge, not realizing it's all falling on top of you until it's left the fucking station. There's some perspective for you, Susan Wojcicki.
But I also wanted the opportunity to be a creator so I could use these products and test them out, so that I also could think about how we could build an even better platform for creators all over the world.
Jesus fucking Christ, you don't even need to go about doing this. If you type the word adpocalypse in YouTube, you'll get a whole slew of creators from around the world talking about how YouTube is unfairly treating them as such. Why you think you need a bunch of creators being Viners, vloggers, and The Rock for some fucking reason, to tell you what is already right in front of you is just patently retarded, but even more so when you consider that she needs to make videos in order to do so. God, it's good to know that no matter what I say on here, she can't take me down. One birdie with the mines and the other right up your fucking ass.
So those are the 3 reasons as to why I decided to start my YouTube channel.
All of them are relatively the same and don't really go in depth on anything other than the most sanitary of details. So basically, you have literally said nothing in this entire video, you airhead.
I am reading the comments.
The ones that aren't shadow banned anyway.
I can't answer all of them.
Correction, you won't answer all of them because they make you consider just how shitty you are as a CEO of a giant media browser.
I will do my best to find the themes and to answer them in future videos.
I can imagine one of the themes now. Internet trolls harassing me, or get fucked with a 2x2 at HQ. I'm counting the moments.
Thank you everyone for watching.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for continuing to show how patently tunnel-visioned and deaf you are at addressing any concern or knowing of any concern that people have on YouTube, and just whitewashing away as perspectives or experiences, because I guess the word concern can get you demonetized as well. So thanks for taking the biggest video browser platform and trying to sugarcoat it and sanitize it in the cable TV, which is completely antithetical to the creation of YouTube to begin with. And thank you, Susan Wasabi, for demonstrating that at the heart of YouTube's many problems was you, the one who corralled Google into buying YouTube so you can insert yourself in and have your harem of YouTube acolytes who will commit hara-kiri with a smile on their face before ever telling you that your code of YouTube is falling apart. And that's it for me. Just a friendly reminder to everyone that it's only going to go downhill from here. So archive everything that you can and find greener pastures. I did.